everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. So today I'm going to try and explain the easiest way to understand how the Imposit box works. So this video will have come after my tutorial. I will have done one, and for those that think it's very complicated, I just want to explain the basic principles, because once you understand the principle of how the box works, you can then take that and you can make it any size, any length, anything that you want. Alright, you just need to follow the principles of the design. Alright, so hopefully I can explain this. Now I have cut mine. This is just a template that I used when I first started practicing making these, and I've cut this from a 12 by 12, which then means on this particular template I haven't got a strip at the side to join my box together. I would add that as a structure strip afterwards. But you know, if you design it a little bit smaller than this one, then that's not necessary. You can just give a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 an inch strip at the side so that you can join your box just the same as any other. So that is the only difference between this template. I've made this large so that you can see the principle. Alright, so you decide on the size that you want your box first of all. Alright, whatever size you want your box, that is your main panel there, because that is going to be your 4 sides of your box. Now I will often write it on a piece of scrap paper, and I'll start off with the square, and that is the size that I want my box to be, and then I will add on the sides, and then I'll add on the next row, and I'll draw it out in pencil so that I can work out how big I need my piece of cardstock. Alright, so this is a 3 by 3. So each one of those panels measures 3 by 3. So for the Imposit box to work, what you need is, you need this panel here to be the same size as this panel here for it to work. That is how it works. So this section here also started off at 3 by 3. You can see it there. Alright. And then the top panel here is just going to fold like the lip of a box. So you could basically have that any depth that you want. It's going to be the same width because you're going to be doing your scoring for 3 by 3, so that's going to be the same. Okay, and then you can just have it however deep you want it. This happens to be 1 inch. Alright, and then the bottom section here needs to be no less than 1 inch shorter, or no more than 1 inch shorter. Not quite sure. So if this is 3 by 3, then these flaps are 2 by 3. Any less than that, your box won't meet, the flaps won't meet together at, you know, underneath and close nicely. Alright, so that is the minimum. No less than 1 inch smaller. Okay, so that can save you on your card. You can have it 3 by 3 if you want, but you're adding bulk and you're wasting cardstock. So I've cut this one to 2 by 3. So this section here that started off the same as your main one, this is the mechanism, this is what makes the magic work. So the first thing you need to do is, whatever size that is, and it's the same as that, you score this one in half. So this is 3 by 3, so I've scored it at 1 1/2. Alright, and then all you need to do is, once you've done that, fold that score line over before you've done any cutting. Right, so we'll pretend we haven't cut this one. So you fold it over, alright? And then where the score lines are, okay, you measure from the left to the right, or from the right to the left, it doesn't matter, but you measure and you mark at the halfway point. So these are 3 by 3, or they are, and then you've scored them, so they're now 1 1/2 by 3. Okay, so the centre point is 1 1/2. So you get your ruler, you measure 1 1/2. Alright, and you do that on all 4. Okay, then once you've done that, you can either draw a line, if you're not very good at cutting straight, from the 1 1/2 to the corner, to the outer corner of your score line, and you do it on all 4. Okay, so if I put a piece of cardstock under there, and you imagine that these are full pieces, I've marked in the centre point and I've drawn a line down. Then you get your scissors and you cut each of those flaps and then you cut across from the centre to the outside, centre to the outside, centre to the outside on each of those, and then you would fold them back in on themselves. Okay, and that is how the Impossible box works, and it's the same principle. Whatever sizes you pick, whatever size that is, and then you half it, then you find the halfway mark, and then you draw down to the outer corner, and then you cut that triangle away. Okay, so that is the basic principle of how you make these work, and then you can replicate that at the bottom if you want, so you've got a double-ended opening one, and that just kind of helps, you know, blow the myth that making these kind of boxes can be difficult, because it really isn't. Once you explain the basic principle, then you don't need to go and look for loads of tutorials and make do with sizes that aren't quite right. You can make these custom fit for your own purposes if you just follow the principles that I've shown you. I hope that helps. I hope I haven't confused you further. I'm completely blown your mind, because it is an awesome fun box to make. Go and give it a try. Thanks for watching. Bye.